Hope you like your morning sunny side up, because on this UTR we head back to Michigan's beautiful sunrise side. First we take you to a grand lake for a friendly Fireside Inn. Then we introduce you to Michigan's very own Iron Man. We'll even play some link-style golf at the Gailes and hit Lake Huron for a heapin' helping of walleye. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Michigan's sunrise side a great place to play.
Support for Under the Radar Michigan comes from the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. For 50 years, MSHDA has been proud to help thousands of Michigan residents find a home and open all the possibilities found within. MSHDA, opening possibilities.
Along the way is where we find the unexpected. Along the way is where we take in the scenery, and often where we have the most fun. Sure, along the way can be the place we stop to fill up or grab a bite to eat. But in Michigan, along the way becomes the place we've been longing for. Because enjoying the journey is always pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Rogers City and Presque County. Miles of pristine beaches and shoreline, historic lighthouses, magnificent waterfalls, scenic parks and trails. Michigan's year-round vacation wonderland.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar Michigan. Now, when it comes to exploring Michigan, we've all heard the West Side story. But what if you head east? You'll find friendly people, flavorful food, and tons of fun family stuff to do. And on this episode, we've got 4 for instances for you, if I counted right.
Michigan's sunrise side continues to be the place to go when you want to stretch out, get real, and revel in all the things our great state has to offer. You'll find miles of beautiful Lake Huron shoreline, tons of classic towns to explore, and gobs of great activities for the sportsman in all of us. Honestly, if you want to rediscover your sense of adventure, you need to venture up Michigan's sunrise side. Now, if you're wondering how to find it, it's simple. First thing in the morning, just head towards that big fireball in the sky. You can't miss it. It's really bright. On this special sunrise sortie, we decided to work our way south. So we headed down the coast on US 23 in search of our first awesome adventure. And you know us, it didn't take long before we hit the brakes and dropped UTR anchor.
You know, on this show, we're always looking for cool places to stop, stay, eat, and play. And up here in Presque Isle, we found a place that's been making great Michigan memories for over 100 years.
On the eastern shores of beautiful Grand Lake, and only a stone's throw from Lake Huron, sits the Fireside Inn. And when you drive into this place, you instantly become one with the natural surroundings. From its classic main lodge to the comfy and cozy cabins, everything you need to kick back, unwind, and have some serious fun is at your disposal. Terry and Alan are 2 of the McConnells who keep the tradition of this great inn intact.
So tell me quickly what it was like when your dad announced that he bought this place and you were coming up from the suburbs and here's your new place. What was that like?
Scary. I went from school down Detroit
Yeah.
on Friday and came up here, went to school in Alpena on Monday. It was culture shock.
It's that quick.
Yeah.
But look what he brought you to. I mean, your new swimming pool was probably 11 billion times the size of your old one, right?
5,600 acre lake, yes, it's great.
It's absolutely beautiful. The atmosphere up here, I swear my blood pressure dropped 15 points the second I came out here and sat down on this porch. Have you walked it off? How long is it?
It's 165 feet long. I say it's the second longest open-air porch in Michigan, second to the Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel. Now, how would you describe the atmosphere up here if you had to do it in a couple words?
Paradise,
Relaxed.
relaxing, enjoyable.
What inspired your dad to buy it?
That's my mom.
Your mom?
My mom wanted to move up north.
Behind
and
every
run
great
a
man is
resort.
a woman who's even greater.
Yes.
Yeah, she wanted to move up north and run a resort and get her kids out of the rat race.
And you came up here, You were kids. You probably freaked out at first. Then in 3, 2, 1, you loved it.
Loved it.
Yes.
And your folks, I mean, nowadays you must be going, thanks a lot, Mom and Dad, for doing
Oh,
this.
bless them every day. You know, they put us in a lifestyle that I couldn't fathom.
What do you think it means to your folks that you're carrying on this family tradition?
I hope they're proud.
Probably scared as hell. Yeah. They're probably going, oh, here they go. But I think they think we can do it. It's going to be trying, but I think we can do it.
Well, describe the dining experience here, because this, like you were saying before, this is an all-inclusive kind of a place where you can, all your daily activities and fun are here, and in the evening you'd all dine together in the rustic dining room.
Yeah, that's partly why my mom, she did this. She wanted to serve meals, so you come here, you didn't have to worry about logistics of food. You just come here, you bring your family as a group, and you can hang out and spend some quality time. No TV, no phones.
Which is wonderful, because I think in this country we've all forgotten how to tune out, turn off, unplug, and relax, and just enjoy your family, enjoy conversation, enjoy the beautiful surroundings. I mean, it does take a few minutes. I mean, I'm one of those people that I panic if I leave the house without my phone, but I think if you just sort of put yourself in that mindset and just let go, it's good for your soul.
The thing I like about the vacations is when people come up, the moms actually get a vacation instead of cooking all the time. We do the cooking for you. It's all home-cooked meals. They get to sit there with their families and enjoy. The husbands don't have to cook barbecue. I mean, it rotates really nice.
But you guys even have a dinner bell you ring when it's time for dinner?
That's first bell, second bell. First bell is wake you up in the morning, whatever, warning bell, and second bell we're serving.
And same for dinner.
Well, I'm going to sit here till I hear that dinner bell.
Good. Well, I hope you enjoy the prime rib.
I said I'm going to sit here until I hear that dinner bell.
On cue.
Well, I guess it's time to eat, guys.
Yeah, we're in.
Thank you.
Well, you don't have to tell the UTR crew twice. So we hightailed it to the dining room for a prime rib roundup fit for a king. I even enjoyed my queen cut. And after dinner, me and the fellers commandeered a couple of canoes and launched onto the lake for some floating frivolities. Heck, we didn't even tip over. There's a first. Need to get away? Well, a great way to do it is with earth, wind, and the Fireside Inn in Presqu'île. It's got all the elements you need to create some awesome Michigan memories. Next, we headed inland and on our way to Onaway for an inspirational story of art, iron, and one man's movement to keep Michigan great.
In our never-ending quest on this program to bring you genuine Michigan superheroes, we brought you, well, there was Superman. Excelsior! Then, let's see, there was Batman.
Where are your muscles?
And now, it's time to bring you Michigan's very own Iron Man.
Tom Moran created, owns, and operates Moran Iron Works, a Michigan company that's known around the world for custom fabricating huge modular industrial parts for the power industry. The company's also known for creating a culture of innovation and education in the fiery field of welding.
You know, I gotta tell you, you're dressed awful nice for being Iron Man.
Oh, these are not typical welding clothes. You just caught me on.
You got your Iron Man suit underneath, right?
Yes, yeah.
How did all this start? I mean, this is a huge operation.
Well, as a really small boy, I was just enamored with anybody that was welding. I didn't know what was going on, and it was a mystery, you know, what was underneath that welding hood. And my father was a lumberjack, always hard on equipment like all lumberjacks.
Oh, cool.
And you know, I would see him paying people $20 and $50. I thought it was a pretty noble profession, number one, and number two is I knew I would never go on to college. I wanted to work with my hands. I knew that from a young age. Yeah. So when I got into high school, I thought I could learn how to weld, but we had gotten a brand new woodshop teacher, and they had woodshop only, and took all the metalworking equipment, pushed it to one corner of the shop. But I had a fantastic teacher at that time, and a craftsman, but knew nothing about welding, and I convinced him only after a few weeks. I wanted to do something with that welding equipment. So I don't know how to teach you, but as long as you're doing something constructive, I'll let you do it. Well, they had study hall in those days, you probably remember, and
Yeah.
they specialized in those great big steel desks and chairs. They would just break them up, and that's what kids did in study hall. Well, they'd haul them up to the shop class, and I would weld on them.
And what, you'd put them back together
And
again?
they would fall apart, and then they'd haul them back up, and I would weld on them. And I finally got to the point where they would hold together. And my second year in high school, when I was a sophomore, my shop teacher got me out of study hall, so I was in shop 2 hours. So I was a shop assistant, and I became the school repairman. And I still had no formal training in welding.
And with skilled trades being so big right now, a lot of young people are getting into welding because it's a field that's still growing, right?
Correct, but welding isn't just welding. There's a lot more to it. It's like saying farming, is driving a tractor. We think that you need a lot of other skills besides just welding. I wish it weren't true, but I could teach a monkey to weld in 20 minutes.
Oh, then there's a chance
But
for
at
me.
at the same time, there are a lot of other things that encompass welding. And if you only know just how to lay a bead, you're probably only going to make $10, $15 an hour your entire lifetime. But if you know a lot of the other things that make up what we consider welding, fabricating, maybe some machining, some engineering, some problem solving, you put all those together and you got a great median to upper income.
Well, now you also help young people get into the field too, right?
Well, I help them, or I act as a conduit, but they really do it themselves. All the really good ones, are self-motivated. A long time ago, I realized that welders weren't just walking around Onaway or Northeast Michigan. So we had to train a lot of our own people. We also had some very good talent as far as welding educators. So we started a small school right in the back of Moran Iron Works where we would do adult enrichment class. Maybe a farmer or a logger would want to be more self-sufficient, but also young person looking to get a skill or looking to change their trade.
But Tom is equally known for something else, for taking his tremendous talents with metal and making artful monuments for all to enjoy.
When did you realize you're an artist? And when did you start doing the large metal sculptures?
Well, first of all, I'm not an artist because I don't. There's a reason.
I've seen your stuff. It's
First
good.
of all, I truly appreciate good art, and I know good art. So I know what the level is. So that's number one. Number two is there's a creative part of me that it's just, I need to satisfy that somehow.
Well, the sculptures I've seen since I've been into town are very impressive, and people are coming to see these things. And what does that mean to you?
Well, it means strengthening the roots of the community. Yeah, it's a source of pride, but at the same time, it's one of those where everybody wins. If I want to raise a level of prosperity, I have to do it for the entire community. It's not just me. So it's an investment in the future. And yeah, while there is a little level of satisfaction, I know that we have a lot farther to go.
Could you do a giant iron tom, you think, for the park?
Which one?
Well, that's a good point. Your job, too. We'll need more iron for my mustache, so you should probably do it yourself.
Next time you're in this part of our Great Lakes state and you see something that's large, made of iron, and awesome to look at, you can bet it was probably made by Michigan's own Iron Man, Tom Moran. Well, we headed back to the coast, and after a cozy, comfy, and tropical night at the Maitiki Resort in Oscoda, we decided to partake in a round of what some people would call real golf.
That's right. If you want to play a round of golf the way the Scottish and old Tom Morris intended, you got to come here. But first things first, time for some TV magic. That's better. I think.
Well, if you're still wondering where here is, we're at the Lakewood Shores Resort in Oscoda, and the course of which I speak is known as the Gailes, a golf experience that recreates the look and feel of the famed seaside courses of Scotland. And speaking of look and feel, I felt it was time to look for someone to help me negotiate this classic course. Craig Peters is the GM here at Lakewood, and after calculating my handicap for an hour on an abacus, we commandeered a cart and got things started.
So my producer Eric told me that if I was going to play this style of golf, that I had to dress appropriately. Is this right?
You look fantastic.
Okay. And I noticed I'm the only one dressed this way on the entire course.
Well, you're the only one with class.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You bet.
Now, Lakewood Shores, you've got 3 courses here, right?
Correct.
Right. And all beautiful. But what is different about the Gailes? from any other course?
The Gailes, the whole concept behind the Gailes was to recreate those courses along the coast of Scotland, kind of like the St. Andrews, Carnousties, Troons, and so on.
Right.
There's really nothing like it, especially when we built this back in the early 90s. You know, it is quite a special course. I mean, you're going to see double greens, sod-face bunkers. You're going to find them right in the middle of the fairway. Most of them you're not going to see.
Right. I was going to ask you about the double greens. Is that just to make you twice as frustrated with your game? Why are there two holes on one single green?
Well, when they built the courses along the coast in Scotland, you know, they were limited for land. So they'd have 9 holes go out, 9 holes come back in. So they shared the greens, so they just didn't have that much terrain to work with.
Now, did the Scottish also invent liquid scotch to help you with the frustration that you have when you're done playing?
Well, if they didn't, they should have.
And this is actually an award-winning course.
It is. Back when it opened in '93, it was rated best new resort course in the United States, which we're extremely proud of. I mean, there's a lot of great courses, not only in Michigan, but in the United States itself. So some we're extremely proud of, but it's a fantastic course.
Well, the neat thing is, like you said, there are so many courses in Michigan, but there's no other course like this.
Correct.
It gives you a chance to go golf the way they actually do in Scotland, and you don't have to buy an airplane ticket. You don't have to get your
That's
passport
exactly
updated.
right.
I mean, it's just so much easier.
It is. It's just a lot of fun because it gives you a very different look than what you typically see, whether you're up north of Michigan or downstate.
So you guys are just north of Oscoda.
Correct.
Right, and you've got everything actually on the grounds here that guys need. They want to come up here and play golf, guys or girls.
Yes. Yes. We have on-site lodging. We can sleep up to 304 people. We've got hotel-style units, 1 and 2 bedroom suites, and suites with jacuzzis.
And you've got the Gailes, which is exceptional. Can you tell I'm channeling my inner Tom Morris?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, if he found out I was channeling him, he would roll over in his grave because I don't. If he knew how little I know about golf.
That's okay. You're doing extremely well.
At least I look the part. At least I look good.
Exactly. Hey, it's about how you look, not how you play, right?
Yeah. And the way I play, I will need some of that, the liquid scotch, to perhaps drown my sorrows.
Well, that's okay. We can take care of you there.
Golf at the Gailes and the Lakewood Shores Resort was an absolute classic blast. Craig was cordial, the weather was wonderful, and it proved 2 very important things. One, we have hidden treasures around every corner on Michigan's Sunrise side. And B,
I'm a bad golfer no matter what continent I'm on, but at least I got a free bowl of soup with this hat. Okay, old Tommy Morris, help me out. Ah, whoa! Is this the right way?
after hours of trying to hit a little white ball, it was time to see if we could get something else to hit. Only this time, not with a club, but with a fishing pole.
That's right, we're going back out on the water once again to see if I can be taught to fish. Now, the fish seem to have their part down just fine, but me? That's another story.
If you're a Michigan angler and walleye is your water breather of choice, you probably already know that Saginaw Bay is a mecca for catching this mighty, and from what I hear, tasty fish. So with the help of Captain Mike Vine of Trophy Specialists, we grabbed a boat, got some bait, and set out to bring back some biggins.
So Captain Mike, how long you been doing charters?
I've been running charters full-time for 15, 16 years.
You love it?
I enjoy it a lot. I used to have a desk job and a cubicle in an office. This is a far better office out here.
You been fishing since you were a kid?
I've been fishing since before I was a kid. I think that's called a toddler.
Yeah, you know what they call a natural. Now, how do guys like you know where the fish are?
Well, in this case, I've got a friend of mine I just talked to on the cell phone. He's catching them out there right now.
Oh, he's out there scouting the fish?
Well, he's out there catching them right now.
Ah, so you guys actually talk to each other.
But I was out fishing all morning, too, so.
Now, today we're after the elusive walleye, which
Yes.
I found out this morning. The guys didn't tell me they actually have teeth.
Yeah, watch out, because if you stick your fingers in their mouth, you'll never do that twice.
So, seriously, they have teeth?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, what is it about walleyes? Somebody also said they're good eating.
Walleyes are known as one of the best eating fish there is.
Really?
And we also have yellow perch out here, which are probably the best fish there is.
Right. Now, how big do walleye get? What's a typical catch?
I mean, we're going to probably see walleyes today from 15 to 25 inches or so.
That big? And they're that big and they have teeth. Great.
And the bigger they are, the bigger the teeth, as you'll see.
Now, why do walleye love the Saginaw Bay area?
It has everything a walleye could want. It's a warm water type environment that the fish really thrive in. There's a lot of weed beds. There's a lot of structure, a lot of shallow type waters out here that warms up nicely in the summer, creates a lot of bait fish for the walleye to eat. And the walleye grow fat and happy on all that bait fish.
Well, someone said people come here from all over the world to catch walleye in this area. Is that true?
Well, I've had charters on my boat from every continent in the world. And the farthest away I think I've ever had was China last year.
Wow. Well, you must know what you're doing because A, people tell me you do, and B, I mean, trophy specialists, I mean, that says it all right there.
Yeah, we try.
What do you love most about this?
What's not to love? You get to come out here in the beautiful fresh air and enjoy the best scenery in the world, probably. I mean, our Great Lakes are a true gem.
Is spring the best time, spring and early summer for walleye?
We do very well starting right after ice out, and that fishing continues right on until the end of summer.
Once we got about 4 miles out onto Lake Huron, Captain Mike did what he does best, all the work.
Well, as you can see, like any good fishing charter, Captain Mike here is actually doing all the work, and I'm just relaxing and watching him do what he does best.
That's the general idea.
Yeah, because him know what he do, me not know.
With all the lines set, I was ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy a cold beverage. When suddenly, it happened.
Fish on! That's French for, oh my gosh, this is heavy.
Let's bring them up over on this side of the boat so we don't tangle the line.
Okay. I can already tell it's a monster.
Keep that rod right out to the side there.
Come on, Steve. Oh. All right, I got what did I get?
A walleye.
I got a walleye, Steve! That's a good sized walleye. Is it, or is it a good sized walleye?
Small.
Oh, darn it.
And then, it happened again.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Are you feeling the burn?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling the burn. This one's really fighting. Whoa, I just did a major pull. I think some of his friends are helping. It's a walleye.
Stop reeling.
Heck yeah! We're eating dinner tonight, and he left us the worm. Look how big it looks if I hold it like that.
It's about 20 inches long.
Holy cow, you look at the teeth. Is this a single serving?
That is a nice one.
All right, sorry, Steve. In you go. We're well on our way to a delightful fish dinner.
You see, now that's the problem with fishing with someone who actually knows what they're doing. You spend all your time catching fish. Heck, I got so tired we all took turns. By the end, pretty much all our biceps were burning big time. And thanks to Captain Mike, we had a fun and fishful day on Saginaw Bay. And get this, when we were back on solid ground, Mike even completely cleaned and prepped our fish for future frying, right there on the spot. Now that's what I call service. It really was a great lake day. So if you like your Michigan mornings sunny side up, spend a little time on the sunrise side. With all the great places to stay, play, and get away from it all, you'll have everything you need to make some great Michigan memories. Just remember, first thing, follow that big fireball.
Hey folks, thanks so much for watching Under the Radar Michigan. I really appreciate it. Look, if you want to know more about what we do, where we go, what we have, go to utrmichigan.com. You can get our brand new book, UTR The First 50. You can get DVDs of our shows. You can get wearables, even this brand new hoodie like the one I'm wearing right here. Pretty sweet, huh? So go to utrmichigan.com. You'll have fun, I guarantee.
Support for Under the Radar Michigan comes from the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. For 50 years, MSHDA has been proud to help thousands of Michigan residents find a home and open all the possibilities found within. MSHDA, opening possibilities. Additional support provided by the Corporation for Supportive Housing, helping to build housing that lets homeless and disabled people connect to homes, health care, jobs, and the community. And by Habitat for Humanity of Michigan, bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope.
Fertile ground. It grows things sweet, healthy, vibrant, and strong. But the fertile ground in Michigan does something more. Here it nourishes ideas and nurtures talent. It feeds the creative souls who put down roots here. So let's feast our eyes on the amazing farm-to-table revolution, thriving on the fertile ground of pure Michigan. The trip begins at michigan.org.